Bob, where do you see the innovation coming from in these spaces? I mean, you've heard about the risk management and more generally.
Yeah. You know, I think it's important to take a jump-off point from what Kevin O'Mara mentioned this morning about innovation of ERP. That might have been a little blunt, but, you know, I see innovation in two dimensions, okay? There is innovation from the technology vendors, which Kevin was addressing, and the perceived gap in there. And then there's innovation within supply chains, within supply chain business processes. And both are not static, particularly today. All the forces that everybody keeps talking about, every time I come to Kinaxis, Kinexions, you know, customers keep talking about the things they have to do to stay competitive. And there are motivations for innovation that either I need to be competitive, or I need to alleviate a risk or a disruption, or whatever, I need to get a leg up. So there's motivations for that. So supply chains are going to innovate regardless of vendors. Vendors, on the other hand, have motivations for innovation as well. And it's important to keep that context. An ERP vendor, whether it's SAP or Oracle, looks at innovation on a much grander scope, okay? It's not just supply chain. It's everything else. That's why they call themselves ERP. So when an SAP talks about HANA or talks about in-memory, it's talking about the entire enterprise. Big scope, lots of time to do it. When a best-of-breed vendor that's focused on a specific area talks about innovation, it's a confined scope.
Yes.
So companies like Kinaxis and others as well that specialize in their particular area of innovation, they can go quicker. Now, guess what? What do you see the ERP vendors doing? When they sense innovation in their timetable and it doesn't match your needs, they do one of two things. Either they promise you a timetable for when you're going to get it, hoping you'll deal with it, or they'll go out and buy the vendor that has the innovation.
Yep.
So they have it available. So keep the context of innovation. That's the most important message. Yep. And don't stop it. You know, technology is clearly going to be the facilitator of innovation. You just got to find the way to insert it.
I must admit, I get to see quite a lot of the big customers out there, and I'm always amazed at the combination of incredible innovation they're doing on the process side, and then sometimes appalled at some ways in which they're trying to resolve that from a technology perspective. Now, you know, I'm saying that as a vendor with a vested interest in them adopting our technology. But the important point is that in many cases, their process capabilities and their business innovation capabilities are outstripping all of our capabilities of supporting them there.
Yep.
But I think it's important with that to actually throw it open to some of our customers to see if there's some questions out there. I've got a few more stacked up here if nobody's willing to raise their hand, but come on, I'm sure there's somebody out there who's got a question.
Do you have any sunscreen?
No?
No bashful people.
I can't put anybody on the spot. I'd best not.